plans that we're going to work through so that you can use that again as reference. It will be easier for you to follow because we are going to get very involved. Okay? They are going to need much more focus. It's going to be much more stringent and much more expectation. So I'm not having something like this to kind of go through week by week to help you. Now, we may not get to everything in the weeks that we're supposed to get to them because the weeks are jammed full of things that we're going to work on. So if it takes a little bit longer for one of them to work their way through something, we may have to put something off until the following week. So don't follow the book verbatim. Okay. We'll get there.
Gotcha.
Okay? All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is exactly what we're going to be working on in here. And I put one of these forms in your books also. It's called the 4Ds, Finding Success with Proving. The 4D stands for distance, distractions, duration, and forgetting. I do this every day. Distance, distractions, duration, and diversity. So, we are going to work on the cues that they learned in the puppy beginner class. We are going to expand on those and teach them to make all of those cues from further away during distraction, distance, distraction, duration, so making them hold those cues longer. Diversity meaning getting them to perform those cues no matter where they are. Okay? So that's what the 4Ds means. Proofing means, where it says success with proofing, proofing means giving your dog positive reinforcement when they are doing something well, so it reinforces that behavior and they want to keep doing it for you because they know that you're happy with it and you're rewarding them. Okay? Okay. So first I want to ask, how are they doing with everything that they learned in the beginner class?
Pretty good, except we need to expand because distractions are just that.
And we're going to work on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know he tends to have a little bit of a impatient personality.
Yes, he does.
Okay. And how about Cody?
Cody can do the commands now at the house.
Yeah.
That's what I want to work on, is the distractions, and then we're going to continue that outside the house. So,
Sit. What's his positive marker?
Okay. Yes.
So, I don't remember if we went over this or not, but when your dog is barking, instead of allowing them to bark, what you want to do is wait for 3 to 5 seconds of complete silence. Then you can mark it and reward. So they bark, 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 have patience, bark, 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 and as soon as they're quiet, 3 to 5 seconds, yes, reward. Eventually you do this enough and they start to realize that they get rewarded for being quiet, not when they're barking. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay? And I know he does it because he gets excited, he's got a very short attention span, and he likes to play. Yes. And then we reward the quiet. Good boy. Okay? You can cue a word with it when he's barking. Once you start setting that, this is proofing, we're proofing the quiet, okay? Once you set that quiet mode, then you can actually use the word quiet or no bark or shush, whatever you want to say, to get your dog's attention to realize it's the barking that you want him to stop. So once he understands quiet means no more barking, and then he's quiet for 3 to 5 seconds, reward, mark it and reward it. Okay? And that's how we start working on that. In this class, we are going to work on not only getting our dogs to do the 4Ds with all of the cues that they've learned, we're going to add more cues. We are going to teach them the heel. We're going to teach them that one side or the other is going to be their designated side for a heel walk. We do not want our dogs to be in a heeled walk every time we take them out. They need time to be dogs. When you're practicing that heel, whatever side that they tend to go gravitate to most, that's going to be your heel side. So what side does he tend to like to walk on?
He's terrible at walking. He's always around me and through my legs, and I'm always...
Okay.
Yeah, well, he does better with this when I do have this type of harness on.
Yes.
But I'm leading him. He's not really taking from one side or the other.
Gotcha. Okay, so you tell me what side you would like him to be on.
I'm right-handed, so...
Right-handed. You want him on the right side?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be a right-handed healer.
He tends to walk on my left, and he always goes in the door on my left, so I would think that he goes to heel on my left.
So he is going to be the left-handed healer. We are going to start today by going through, and I think that they are calm enough right now that I think it's better to start with this. This is called a settle. A settle is when we ask our dog to give us an ultra-relaxed state. And what that means is putting them in a down position and asking them to relax in their natural relaxed state. Some dogs it's off the hip, some dogs it's the frog leg stretch, some dogs it's rolling over on their back. But we want a voluntary relaxed state. The way that we get them to do this and understand what we want is we ask for a down, a sit and a down. Once they're in that down position, then we're going to kind of lure with a treat from their nose over their ribs so that they have to go this way. And when they do this, it tends to get them off their hip, and they get that off hip relaxed lay down. Okay, so let's see if I can get Buddy to do it. Come here, Buddy. Sit. Down. Yes. Okay? Okay. So that is the settle position for him because he lays off his hip. For little dogs like him, they tend to go on their backs when they're really relaxed. Okay? So let's see if we can have you guys do this. We're not going to add a word to it yet. Get your dog into a down position, lure over the ribs until they go into that ultra-relaxed state. Do you want a wall? I have a wall this time.
See it?
I know, you're watching.
It's okay.
Here we go. See it? Good boy. Good. Yes.
Good. As soon as they go off that hip, you say yes and reward. Make sure they don't get up without permission. They need to be released from the down just like they do the weight. Now he's the picky eater, right?
Okay.
Was that him?
He has, yes, but he's been eating these in here while we've been walking around.
This is down. One. All the way. No
Sit.
covering.
Down. Down.
Oh, I punched him.
No,
It's okay.
down.
He's like, don't touch
Try
me.
it again. Sit. Sit.
Sit.
Nice. He automatically did it. Reward.
Good.
Yes.
Good boy.
Yes first and reward. Mark and reward.
Sit.
And I know he's nervous tonight. It's his first night back.
Sit.
Good.
Down. Down.
So this might be something you're going to have to work on at home. Do you want to come in? Since there's nobody else here, you're welcome to come in.
Oh, you like those, huh? Yeah. Down. Down.
There you go. Okay. You're welcome. Since there's nobody else here.
Yeah. Victoria's here, we bring her in too.
Okay. That's good.
You're doing good, buddy.
Follow it with his nose. Don't go too fast. We want his nose to follow that treat all the way around. Nice and slow.
Down.
was hopping up.
That's okay.
Try.
That's something that you can work on.
Down.
Sit. Very good. Very good.
Down.
Good. Okay.
Now remember, you can accept
Sit.
what calm looks like to you and your dog.
Okay.
Okay? So if he's not
Yes.
comfortable going off the hip, as long as you know that he is comfortable and relaxed for the time being, that is acceptable. What you can do is once you get the sit and the down, you can get your dog's focus. So get that auto focus before you start so that they are paying attention. And they tend to go through the process without even thinking about it once they're focused. So just reward the down for now.
Good boy.
Good
Yes.
job.
Yay.
He's like, oh, I get to smell his butt.
Look over here.
Okay, so this is called settle. Once your dog is gotten to the point where you can ask them to lay down, and they're doing it consistently off the hip or on their back, however they're comfortable, then you can start adding the word settle to it.
So, settle.
Settle. What we're looking for, and you can try the opposite
That's what I was
direction
ready
too.
to say. Maybe I should have went
Yeah.
over.
Some dogs are right-footed and left-footed too, just like people, so it just depends on what they, and he's just confused and he's nervous.
I'm trying not to be nervous. I know
Yes,
that's
you
the
need to
biggest
just
flaw that
deep
I have
breath
is to stop
and
and relax.
Okay? So once your dog is going into that relaxed state on command with that lure, then I want you to start, because he's already doing it very well, now you can take that treat and say, settle.
Okay.
So that he gets that word paired with the action of being ultra relaxed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now remember, when he gets up, it's you need to correct.
You got up. Sit. Down. Down. Okay. Don't know who you are right now.
He's just very distracted. See how the
Yeah.
panting
We'll
with
do
the
this
tongue
now.
out of the mouth?
Yeah.
Sit.
That's hers. There you go.
Down.
Now you've got his
Down.
attention.
Down. Good. Yes. Sit.
And reward you down.
Sit.
Yay, good boy. Yay.
And then once you have the down, while he's chewing on that, you can try to lure around.
Buddy, come over. You quit being nosy.
He's like, but yeah, I just friend. And that's actually
Sit.
very relaxed. Okay?
Down.
That would be
Down.
acceptable if that's his relaxed state.
Good. Settle.
Good. So as you draw his treat over his ribs, that's when you say settle. Okay? So that he
I'll do this
he
first. I
can
don't do
then-
the positive marker. I go right to settle.
Yes. So you want to make sure that he understands this means relax, this means settle, and then you can reward, make sure you're always releasing before they get up on their own.
Something Buddy's always done as soon as I get him out of his cage, he just flops. He's a flopping dog. He flops and he wants to be rubbed. He does that about every time
Yeah. Okay.
So talk about relax. He
Okay,
he
good.
just wants his belly
You can
rub.
actually prove that by saying settle every time he does that. Why don't I have you move down to
Sure.
one of these two chairs just so that they can both have a little less distraction by each other? There we go. Okay. So work on that with him at home.
Yeah, we will.
If you see that he is completely relaxed, that is acceptable. Okay? What I would like you to do is build this proofing up for the settle so that when you come into class every week, it's fine for them to say hello, excuse me, to each other, perfectly acceptable. But then I want you to put them into a settled state so that they go into a settled, relaxed state before we begin class.
Sit.
Okay?
Sit.
Any questions? Yes. Make sure you say yes. Okay, now he got up on his own. and you petted him for it. So he's thinking, I can get up by myself without permission, and you like that because you're giving me positive reinforcement for doing it.
So what's the word to get up?
You use the down, and we ask him to wait. Okay?
After sit.
Down. Sit. Down.
Please make sure at least. So he's not
Good.
laying down on me.
Yeah. Cool, buddy. Just can put the treats on the floor between the front feet. They stay there longer. It teaches them duration.
Don't listen to me, I don't have treats.
Okay. And then reward to get up so that he starts learning he's not allowed to get up without permission. Okay? Sit. Down. Good boy. Not very relaxed.
No, not yet.
Okay. Sit. The other one.
Good treat.
Whoops, there you go.
Got a
Freebie.
free one.
Buddy, sit. Good boy. Down. Good job. Drop the treats between the front feet. Let him nibble at it. Give him his crumbs. I'm doing that on purpose so he stays there longer. Let him lick it up. Before he gets up, you release. Okay. So then he learns, that's okay, he was released. So that way he learns not to get up without permission, and you work on doing that until you don't need the treats between the feet, you get him to stay there.
Good job.
Okay? Very good. Good job. Any questions?
No, we'll work on it.
Okay, good. All right. We are going to start introducing the heel command to the dog. When you're walking in the heel position, it means your dog walks on one side or the other. They don't wander, they don't explore, they don't go anywhere else. They stay at that designated side until they are released from that regimented heeled walk. In order to get them to understand where their heeled side is, we have to teach them where their place is. So, what we're going to start with, you said he's on the right side, correct? Okay, can you take his leash? There are 3 methods that we can follow. Okay, good boy. There's 3 methods that we can follow to get them into place. The first one is called the swing method. The swing method simply means asking your dog to follow the lure, the treat. With him on your right side, you're going to hold the leash in your left hand. This gives you freedom to move the right hand around. Yours will be the left hand lure and the right hand leash holding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the treat in front of his nose. With my right foot, your left foot, you're going to lure the dog. Take your right or left foot back. Turn him in towards you. Reward at your side. So when his body reaches the seam of your pants, reward. Okay? This is the swing method. The next method that we can try is the walk into heel. And simply means if I want him on my right side, I'm going to turn towards the left until, that's not right, that's the next one, sorry. The walk into is getting him to, here buddy, good boy. So I want him over on the right side, I'm going to walk him to my right side and reward when he's at my side. The third method is the turning method. And what I'm going to do is turn. If I want him on my right side, I'm going to turn to the left so that he follows the lure onto the other side. Buddy. Sorry. Oh, I'm doing this right. Yes, I'm going to turn to the left, leash in the left hand. Yours is going to be the opposite. You're going to have the leash in your right hand, and you're going to turn towards the left. Okay? So, I'm turning to the left. I got confused because I was waiting too long. Okay. Turning to the left. So he's at my right side. Yes. And reward when he's at my side. Okay? So for you, because it's opposite, I'm going to show you the hands. Okay? And I don't think that he'll do it for me, so I'm going to show you. You're going to hold the leash in your right hand. You're going to take left hand, left foot back with the tip in front of his nose. Let him follow it. Now you're going to need more space behind you.
Yeah. Come on out here. Here we go.
Okay. Left foot, left hand. Don't pull the leash.
Don't.
Let him follow.
We'll fall out.
Okay. Let's do it together. You ready? Okay. Left foot, left hand, forward backwards. Turn your hand in towards you and bring your foot forward. Don't pull that leash. Bring your hand forward with the treat so he walks further up. And reward. Okay, so watch me.
Practice for me.
Yeah. Left foot, or left, in towards you. Your foot comes up with your arm, and you reward when he's at your side. Okay? If that doesn't work well, then you can do the turnaround or the step forward method. Now with the step method, we want to make sure that we're not taking a half a dozen steps to get him in place. Okay? When you bring your dog back around and up towards you, make sure you keep your hand close to your body so that your dog comes closer to your leg. If you're bringing your hand out here, your dog is going to sit too far away from you. Bring your hand right up next to your body so that your dog comes right up here next to your foot. That's where their position is.
Yes.
Make sure you bring your feet together when he's in position. So as you bring your foot back, when your arm comes forward, your leg comes with it. Yes, here.
Good
Good job. That was better.
Ready?
That was better.
Ready?
I'm going to give you more space. You're kind of confined back there. There you go. And I'm going to have you come up at this end.
Ready?
There we go. Now we can space it out a little bit more. Nice. Perfect. And reward in that spot. That's perfect. Very good. Very good. Okay? Practice it a couple of times. Once they understand what we want from them, follow that lure back, come up, stop at your side, mark it and reward it. Then what we can do is start adding the word to it once they're ready for it.
Leave it.
Okay?
Look. You're already on that side. Just go over here. Right here.
Okay.
Too far over.
Here, I'm going to give you some of these so that he focuses a little bit better. You're welcome.
All right, come here.
Yeah.
I got the good
Yes,
stuff.
first. Good first.
Ooh.
Good. Nice. Yes.
Yay.
Good job.
Good boy.
We got good and okay. Is that the same thing?
No.
Gotcha.
No. Yes.
Okay,
is
release.
okay is a release. Good is praise. Yes is there's a reward coming for what you just did. So the positive marker needs to be marked first so that they connect what they just did with
Yes.
getting that reward.
Yes is first.
Yes is first. Okay? If you need to release, then it's the release. Then you can praise all you want. Once the dog is done doing what you've asked them to do and they've been rewarded, you can praise them all you want. Does that make more sense? Okay. Okay? And if you find that that's just too to do it consistently. Good. What is his positive marker?
Yeah.
As soon
I
as
was
he
not
gets
saying
into
it
that,
loud enough. If I was saying it for him, I wouldn't say
okay.
it.
As soon as he gets to that side where you're rewarding him, that's when you're going to say it. Don't wait on that. Make sure that he knows that being at your side is what's getting him rewarded.
Okay.
Now, if he struggles to do this swing motion,
Uh-huh.
then I think he would do well with the turn, and that's just turning and luring until he's at your side.
Turn this. Yeah.
Yep,
I'm
you're
turning
gonna
this
turn to the
away.
right, and forward with your hand. Yes.
Yay.
See how much
Good
closer
boy.
he is to you now?
Okay.
So I think the turn method is going to work better for him. Pull your hand forward so he comes. There you go.
Yay.
Good job.
Yay.
Very good.
Ooh,
I
that
think
makes
that'll
me
be
dizzy.
better. I know. That's how I was when I was doing the ping pong and back in the puppy class. It's like, woo. Okay. Any questions about that? Oh, I've got the good stuff in my handy smells. Okay. Once they are consistently coming and stopping at your side, we're going to start asking for the word that we're going to pair with it. And that word is place. All right? So, you swing back, place. Once they're at your side, you mark it and reward it. And let them understand place means right here. Okay? Long term, what we're looking for is for your dog to be sitting or standing over here, and you can say, Max, place. And he automatically comes up and sits down at your side. Okay? So do this motion again and start adding the word place. As he comes up towards your leg, say place. When he's there, mark it and reward it.
Place.
Perfect.
Good boy. Yay. Good boy.
Yeah,
Yay.
there you go. Good. Good.
I got your turn. Okay. Place.
Yeah.
Yay. Good job.
Good. Perfect.
Good boy. Going around is a lot easier.
Good job.
Place.
Very nice.
Yay.
Good.
Boy.
So you see how much closer he is to your leg there? In a heeled walk, unless you're doing competitions, on your right side in this vicinity, on your left or right side in this vicinity is okay. If you were in competition, your dog would have to be right against your side, at the side of your leg, and stay at your leg, no matter where you go, where you turn, how you turn, what direction you're in. They stay right at your side every single step.
Good boy.
But for this, just teaching them to heel, this helps them to focus. It keeps them at your side. If they're in a heeled walk, eventually we want them to know that when I say heel, you're in that heeled walk. You're not going to run over there and play with that dog. You're going to stay in that heeled walk. You're going to focus on me. And you're not going to go anywhere away from my side until I give you permission. Okay? Any questions?
Oh, no. Place.
When you come around,
It's
if you bring your arm closer to your leg, it'll bring him closer to your leg. There you go. Nice.
Yay.
Good. Okay.
He does better than you hear going off forward and walking
All right,
around
so
where he's used to walking.
that's something that you're going to practice for next week. Getting them to understand where their place is and where they need to be. Next week we are going to add the first steps of the heel, and we're also going to add a sit. When they come into place, we want them to sit before we start walking. We're going to get their focus. We're going to teach them all of that stuff. Don't worry about the sit while you're practicing this week. Just get them used to what place means and where that place is. Okay? Very good. All right. The next thing that we work on is adding distractions to their known cues. The known cues is everything that they learned in the puppy beginner class. The sit, the down, the wait, the come, all of that stuff. giving them a distraction and asking them to do those cues with that distraction present teaches them more impulse control. Okay? So if you remember the wait at the door, they both did really good at that. The wait at the door is an impulse control. When they first started waiting at the door, if you remember, when you stepped through that door, you could see your dog going. They were controlling their impulse to get up and follow. Okay? That's what they've learned. Now, we're going to take a very non-stimulating item. We're going to put it on the chair off to the side behind you, so it's a little bit off to the back end. Put it on that chair, and you're going to ask your dog with that distraction there that they're looking at and seeing, you're going to ask them to sit. Okay? Seems very simple, but you'll be surprised how many dogs are gravitated toward that item, no matter what it is, no matter how non-stimulating it is, it's different. We're going to start by putting it on top of the chair, because it's a little bit easier for them to avoid if it's up higher. Okay? So I am going to hand you guys something. All I want you to do, if you could stand up. Perfect. I want you to step forward a little more. Go up right up over here.
Over here.
There you go. I want it off to the side, but a little bit behind. Okay?
Tree?
Yeah, this.
Okay.
Okay? And you're going to come a little bit forward and off to the side. Right up over here. So we want this chair a little behind off to your side. There you go. All right, so what I want you to do is while those distractions are there, I want you to ask your dog to sit.
Ready? Good.
And mark it reward. Yay!
Yes.
And release. Oh.
Okay.
They have to have a release before they get up.
Say yes and okay.
You're going to say, I'm sorry, you're going to release if they're close to you, you're going to take that stuff back and release. Then you say, okay, that was my mistake. I said mark and reward before that. Okay?
Mark.
So I'm going to, now that we have, yes, do mark and reward first. Sorry, it's been a long day.
It's okay.
Once your dog does what you've asked them to do and doesn't gravitate towards that distraction, you're going to release, mark, and reward. Okay? You always release from a sit and a down, regardless. All right? I'm going to switch these up so that they are different than what they've just had. And as I come by, I want you to get your dog to sit while I'm putting it out.